Hey Homo sapiens and Marbatian, it's me Marbatian Scott. Welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, I am a little bit of an ice cream today. Yes, so this ice cream is dairy free because I can't have dairy. I am lactose intolerant, so come and take a sip of me. Yeah, sip. Come and lick me. How many licks is it gonna take till you get to the center of the So yeah, I was inspired by obviously sweets for the last couple of weeks, and I just kind of felt like I wanted to do an ice cream look, and I've seen quite a few ice cream looks, but I just wanted my own twist on it as well. And yeah, I hope you like, and let's go and watch the tutorial. So to start off this look, we're going to sketch out our drips of, you know, ice cream all over our face. I'm using a white cream paint, which I wish I didn't use because I had to continue using every single, you know, creams in this look to make everything look sheeny. But yeah, just making sure that I've got everything in place, and, you know, not being very careful where I'm going to place them before I go in to fill in the first color, which is a lovely turquoise color. Don't ask me why I'm wearing this headband, please just don't. But I am wearing the do-rag because I have braids underneath and I don't want to mess them up. Now going in with a smaller brush, a thin detailing brush, I'm making sure that I'm going in very carefully to fill in all those gaps that I've left out, rather than using the bigger brush and not being very precise. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm just continuing to fill in those little gaps and making sure they blended nicely. Going in with the second color using another big brush, just to get in, you know, just to fill in the bigger places more than using a detailing brush. And obviously I'm going to go in with a detailing brush to fill in all the gaps that are left over before I go into my next shade. My next shade is going to be a lovely purplish color, but before that I'm going to do my brows, as you can see here. So I'm going to fill in my brows using a white, and then once I've got the brow shape that I want, I'm going to go on the tail of my brows with a brown. Now the brown that I did use was a bit of a darker shade of brown, where I should have used a kind of taupey kind of color to make it look more as if it was biscuity, but I think this kind of worked well with the look. Anyway, I'm just detailing that brow, making sure that my brows are looking semi-quasi, you know, like sisters, not identical twins, because you don't want your brows to look like identical twins if you've already got a symmetrical face. Not that mine is symmetrical. Anyway, happy with my brows. I'm going to go in with my third shade, and it's not a purplish like I said before, but it is a fuchsia color, and I'm just going in with a thin detailing brush. It's not as thin as the other detailing brush, but I'm using this brush rather than that thicker brush because it wouldn't have worked out. This is seriously the hardest thing I've ever done, but I'm gonna crack on. So I'm going in with a brown now from the Flash palette, and I've got two of the Flash palettes. One's a skin tony Flash palette, as you can see here, and the other one has got brighter colors like blues and whatnot. So this is the more neutral skin toned Flash palette, where you can use as concealers or whatnot. Anyway, I wasn't too happy with that brown and how I wanted the look to go with, so I decided to go in with a yellow from a second Flash palette that I've used on my face already, as you can see with the colors, and I go in with the yellow just to, you know, give it that more cornish biscuity kind of color. Sorry, I almost burped there. Anyway, making sure everything is looking seamless and kind of blended in before I do some detailing afterwards. and I'm just blending it in, making sure that there is some gradations between the browns and the yellow that I've put in. Now I'm going in with a really dark brown, and this is from the Flash palette that I've already used so far, and I'm just doing some horizontal lines on my face, and then I'm just going to, you know, create some squares on my face, and then afterwards I'm going to shade some of those squares at the bottom of the squares, or corners, whatever you want to call, just, you know, to give some sort of definition. But I'm not going to do every single square like I've seen some people do. This look is meant to be cartoonish for me. Anyway, going in with a dark, well, not even a dark, a black. I'm going to go in with a black very thinly with a detailing brush. I'm going to blend those colors together where, you know, they meet together to give some shadowing. I chose to use only the Flash palettes only because I started off with one, and why not just continue using them. They are really hard to work with, especially because they are grease, and yeah, you need to set every color, but I wasn't going to set every color because that would have taken too long and I wouldn't have got the sheen. Anyway, I decided I wanted to have some eyeshadow on my lids, so I'm placing some eyeshadow on my lids just to give that look, this look, a little pop here and there. And I go in with Dippy, and obviously I go in with another color from the Weekend palette from VH Cosmetics to continue on with the look. And then I'm going to go on to, you know, putting on some, what are these things called? Hundreds and thousands sprinkles? What do you call them? Please let me know in the comments down below. But as you can see, I'm going in with various different colors with that same detailing brush, and I'm just pressing it on. I mean, you could, if you want to be more precise and delicate with your look, you could use the angle brush and use the, you know, the brush itself to create a more defined sprinkle look. But for me, this is meant to be cartoonish, and the cartoons are not perfect, so I'm going in with a white, and that is practically it for the look before I go on to do my lips. Now doing my lips with a color that is from the second palette, not the palette with all the colors. I will leave a link in the description below if I'm confusing you, but there is one palette where it's full of colors, and there's another palette where it's just full of neutral tones and skin tones and corrector tones. So I'm just doing my lips, and then I'm going in with a dark brown just to give my lips a bit of gradation, not too much of a gradation, but enough to differentiate my lips compared to my cone skin. And I do set this with translucent powder before I go on with the look and put my eyes on. When I said eyes, I clearly meant my lashes. So guys, as you can see, very messy. I took a risk in using a Flash palette, and that is like very greasy. I didn't use any makeup whatsoever, as in terms of dry makeups. This is like, I was scared to try and set this just because it would have lost its sheen, and also yeah, the color would have kind of picked up on the brush or the sponge, whatever I decided to use. So therefore I just thought, you know what, I'll leave it alone. Let's just leave it alone. We're not going to set anything apart from our lips. Now if you have any inspired looks that you want me to do in regards to sweets or anything for the new year, let me know in the comments down below, and I will be watching who comments. And yeah, this is not going to be the last video of the year, obviously, because I'm gonna have a get ready with me coming very soon, so keep watching. Bye guys. Oh, I have braids. Do you like them? I only got them done recently. So yeah, bye. I don't know if they're gonna be in the next video because like they're gonna be messy very soon. Rogue Marbie Scott.